But I'm sure you haven't written the book on impulse.
No, the book was definitely planned.
Okay.
No, I wanted to help people who are perhaps wondering how on earth do they get out there? How do you start a business from nothing? How do you actually do it? And to give them grassroots ideas and seeds on how to start and how to get out there and do something yourself.
So you do the challenge, but what was it? What happened at home that you said, look, I've got to document my story. I feel somehow that this is the problem that other startups have too.
What I felt was that our unemployment rate in this country is so high, 25% is what they say that it is. I think it's higher than that.
Yeah.
And I felt a compassion for many people out there who have just a bit of hopelessness perhaps about how on earth they're ever going to get off their bed and how they're going to get out and do something and make a living. And this gives them hope and ideas how to do it. There's 77 startup ideas in there just to start with.
I've read a lot of startup books, and I can attest to the fact that this might be the easiest one, the simplest one, to get a great idea or an idea and get into some form of business, or to at least put down a plan in order to start your business.
That's right. The first thing that I did, I feel that in this age of technology that we're in, you have to have a website, you have to be online, you have to be using the social networks, Twitter and Facebook to sell. I've sold bracelets on those platforms, and to show people how easy it is to do that, and practically how you can do a website for free. You don't need to pay someone to do it, you can do it yourself.
There's top 20 tips in here that I honestly think is a blueprint for all startup businesses. It is dream big. You need to have some of the ones that you need to have a plan, blah, 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 blah. When you start talking to businesses or have you interact with other businesses, what are the problems that all of them at one point faces, or what is the one thing that you've highlighted that all startups face?
I think the biggest thing that I find is a problem for people is cash flow. And so you have to manage your cash flow. You have to make sure that you keep tabs on what's the money, the flow, inflows and outgoes. That's very important, at least once a week, to get down and do that, because it's easy to lose track of that. The other thing that's very important is at least to do sales. Make a sale every day at least. If you're not selling, you're not doing anything good for yourself.
I like that tip. One of the other things I must tell you as well that I absolutely enjoyed in this book, and something we never talk about. I've never heard a business show where people talk about it. We talk about being financial fit, but we never talk about being healthy,
That's right.
and having the stamina and the endurance to be able to run a business.
I once heard a multi-millionaire American guy say that he'd never met, and it's not always nice, but he'd never met a person who was challenged with their health issues who actually was successful. And I feel it's very important to look after yourself. Don't go and eat fast foods all the time. Be healthy, look after what you eat, look after your exercise and things like that. I'm still working on that every day. And those are things that we all need to just keep tabs on.
Valerie, why does it never come up in a conversation when we talk about starting a new business, or the reasons why some of the businesses fail? Because I can only imagine if you're not healthy or you're not living some kind of productive life that is in line or in tune with starting a business, that you could spend a lot of time with the doctors. I mean, if you think about how long a flu takes you out of the system, 3-4 days maybe. If it's really bad, it could be up to a week. And that week when you're recovering is when your business is failing.
That's the thing, as an entrepreneur, you can't afford to be a day off. You can't afford it. So you have to actually make sure that you do everything that you can to keep yourself good and in good shape.
This book has been put together in such an easy fashion. The reference material is quite easy. You can pick it up, you can read it. Some of the responses you've gotten from people that have read it?
Well, I've had somebody in Stellenbosch just say it was the best thing. They'd already just started their business. They were retrenched. They started the business. This book helped them to know how easy it was just to do their own website. They got themselves online on Facebook, or the business Facebook page. Yeah, and so it's so easy. They can get it on the website, 1000beautifulbracelets.com. It's just such an easy inspirational book. Actually, what it does, it's even, to be honest, I feel as like I didn't write it. It feels like I get motivated reading the book every now and then to get some inspiration to get going again.
Valerie Pole, we're going to leave it there, but thank you very much for joining me. That's Valerie Pole, the author of 1,000 Beautiful Bracelets, and it's a fantastic read for anybody who is sitting with an idea but lacks the know-how on how to launch your idea onto the world. So get to it. If you've read it, let us know what you think. It's Morning Live at SABC.co.za. We take an ad break.